Now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone on the call. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Seema Pillay. I'm a diamond luxury consultant from South Africa. And tonight I'm going to be introducing our presenter. And she is none other than Vanisha Charles. But before I introduce her, I would like you to get your notepads and pens ready and make as much notes as possible. It's going to be an awesome presentation. It's going to be different, and really exciting as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you all to get relaxed and get ready for the call. So, Vanisha Charles Jones is actually married for 12 years with 4 children and has had a career in management, training, coaching with emotional intelligence, management information systems, human resources, geographical information system, sales, and customer services, and has spent most of her working years with cable and wireless. Now, highly charismatic in her way, and her enthused energy and spirit always brings life into a place, and that is so true about her. She just lights up the room wherever she is. You know, Vanisha is passionate about people and people development and welcomes any opportunity that will allow her to impact lives, especially in the youth. With an opportunity to lead a core group of leaders from various backgrounds, statuses, religions, beliefs, has been able to bring a powerhouse together for one powerful cause of driving St. Lucia with one goal and one aim in creating a stronger people and nation by uniting first and by understanding where they are and where they want to be. Now, Venetia saw this opportunity in 2010, but launched only in 2011, and then she went into a coma until September 2012, when the company, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, when the company launched its phase two. She has personally introduced 40 persons to her business, and today she has a network of 1,340 active persons in her team. Now, Venetia now works her business full-time and has been earning every week from March 2013. Venetia, an ambassador in the business, and she has won the second award at last year's convention, and which is the fastest growing organization, and following year's outstanding leadership awards. She led St. Lucia to be the first country to beat Canada to number one and remained as number one 3 times in a row. Okay, up until October 2015, she brought St. Lucia to number 2 with only 6 apps less than Nigeria. Also helps get Grenada to the top 5 twice and Dominica to the top 10 twice. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to hand you over to our presenter for tonight, Mrs. Vanisha Charles Jones. Hello, Vanisha.
Hello, Seema. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for such a generous introduction, and it's really an honor and pleasure to share this amazing stage with a powerhouse such as you, and also to be able to share the love and extend all of what I do with my team in the Caribbean to our team in South Africa as well. So this is me saying good evening to you if you are in South Africa or Nigeria. If you're from the US, Canada, the Caribbean, it's a beautiful afternoon. So good afternoon to you. As Sima said to you, I am from St. Lucia. I also live in St. Lucia, and I'm really, really grateful for the part of the world that I'm from, especially when I hear the stories of all this snow happening in some places like Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that you're on the call this evening or this afternoon is because it's necessary, or you found it necessary, or probably have spoken to someone that know that it's necessary for you to supplement your income. So I will take you through a core set of information this evening, and that will start off as to why you should supplement your income. I will share information with you about Global Wealth Trade Corporation and show you what makes us highly acclaimed, all the awards that we're winning, and what makes us a gold standard company. I will also share with you our world-class products and phenomenal materials. You will see and experience what makes us a 21st century and why it makes sense to be part of the 21st century business model that we offer, as opposed to the retail stores that are traditional ways of doing business. You will also see the 3 different options that you have to own your own business with Global Wealth Trade, the 5 different ways that you can earn amazing income, how you get to enjoy in some amazing bonuses, some great incentives that we have as short as within for 30 to 90 days. And more than that, which is one of the most exciting parts of this presentation for me today, is what's happening this week for some very, very exclusive people. And because you're connected to these exclusive people, it means that you get to benefit from it as well. And we have an amazing gift to give to you at the end of this presentation, just because you accepted an invitation to be on this. Have you heard of this guy called inflation? And do you know what it's doing to you? Of course you know. Perhaps some of you know exactly what inflation is, but every single one of us, once we're not dead, we are experiencing it on a daily basis. You see, when the cost of your life, the things that you do every day that requires money, when that cost continues to go up and your wage or your salary or your profits are not increasing at least at the same rate that the cost of living is going up, it means that inflation is having the better part of you. Now, if your cost of living is increasing faster than that of your income, what choices do you have to be able to deal with that? Most persons actually adjust down their standard of living. So things that you were enjoying maybe 2 or 5 years ago, today you're not enjoying as much of it or as long as you were enjoying it, because your income is not increasing as fast as the cost of these things are increasing. The second option that some persons take is to increase their debt to maintain that standard of living, which is not a very good thing, because it means that you're putting yourself deeper into a hole. So those of you who are on the call this evening now are taking this third option, which is to find an additional source of income to maintain or even to improve your current standard of living. So just imagine with the third option, what it will do, it will allow you not to compromise the quality of home that you have, not to stay with the same clothes for 10 years and beyond, or doing hand-me-downs with your kids, but being able to shop regularly enough to change your wardrobe or to give away what you have and replace what you have. Not having to compromise the quality of your food or the amount of food that you eat or your dining outs, and being able to easily and comfortably take care of all of your utilities monthly, being able to take care of your transportation, be it your personal vehicle, be it traveling, be it taking the public transportation, and for some persons, most importantly, being able to give yourself proper, up-to-date health care. Now, the question I have for you, which is one of the things that inflation really kills, is most of us, we put our monies in the bank. Every month when we get paid, we put a certain percentage away towards savings. The question I have for you is your current bank paying you a higher rate of interest on your savings than the rate of inflation? For example, I know in the Caribbean, our rate of inflation is at least at 3.9% currently. But the interest rates the bank is paying us on our savings is 2%. Ladies and gentlemen, that fact in itself says to you that we're getting a negative return on your savings at the bank. I don't know what the rate is in South Africa or Nigeria or in some of the other parts of the world. So you need to find out that information if you don't know. What is the rate of inflation? So at what rate is the cost of living increasing? And at what rate is the bank paying you on the savings that you have at the bank? What is the economic realities happening in your country that is allowing you to, just give me 1 second to ensure. What is happening in your economy right now that tells you that your economy is doing well? There's only one question I ask. Is my country producing at a higher level than we are consuming? The answer for me for St. Lucia and the Caribbean is no, we are not. We are actually consuming a lot more than we are producing. Our importation bill is higher than our exportation bill. What is it for your country or your region? If that is the case, then how is it impacting the unemployment rate in your region? Is unemployment increasing? Is it the same or is it decreasing? Have you lost your job within the last 5 years to now? Do you know anyone who has lost their jobs or even had to close their businesses or downsize their businesses? What is happening as it pertains to people having an opportunity to earn income and to sustain their livelihoods and to be able to support their families? Ladies and gentlemen, these are problems every single person faces, no matter where you live in the world today. Whether you live in Afghanistan, the Caribbean, South Africa, Nigeria, Europe, the United States, Canada, no matter where you live in the world today, you are faced with this giant called inflation. So how do you go about dealing with it? There's so many different options available, but what we're here to present to you this evening is one that has not been affected by neither inflation nor recession. So it is my honor and pleasure to present the award-winning, highly acclaimed company called Global Wealth Trade Corporation. This gold standard company, ladies and gentlemen, founded by an individual called Ramin Mesgalu, and that got started in 2005 in Canada. We are an e-commerce company in the fashion industry, and I will tell you a lot more about the new industry that we just took over. Global Wealth Trade started off and continued to expand over our 11 years of existence as a debt-free corporation and stand right now as a multi-million-dollar debt-free corporation. You see, Global Wealth Trade stands as Canada's largest designer fashion house with a jewelry manufacturing heritage dating as far back to the 1880s. So that in itself tells you that we know exactly what we're doing and we are way ahead of our time. The mission that we have is to become the most globally impactful designer brand by providing a lifelong opportunity for individuals to become entrepreneurs and to build generational wealth. You see, the good book says a good man leaves behind a legacy for his generations. And what a way to do that, but with Global Wealth Trade, by becoming an entrepreneur and to build generational wealth. The vision that we have is through empowerment, and our empowerment goes on consistently. Through that continuous and consistent and impactful empowerment, create 1,000 GWT millionaires globally en route to becoming a billion-dollar organization. Ladies and gentlemen, when someone brags of itself, there's no credibility in that. But when you are being featured by third-party, independent third-party, credible institutions, it means that you have not just done it well, but you've done it exceptionally well. When you hear of the Hall of Fame, you know that it's something of a very high standard. So our founder and CEO, Ramin Mesgalu, was amongst the first class of inductees into the Network Marketing Hall of Fame only within our first 10 years. After our first 10 years of operation and over millions of pieces of merchandise sold, Global Wealth Trade holds the highest rating, which is an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And you can look up that organization to know exactly how credible it is. And up to last year, we will announce the top 20 MLM companies out of 655 to be rated AAA plus worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, these ratings, these recognitions are not something that comes by the fly of night. This is what happens because of the quality, the standard, and the consistency of what you do within the time frame in which you do it. So I say this, added to the international awards and recognitions that we've received means that 90%, at least 90% of the due diligence is already being done for you. When you can be featured together in the same way with individuals like Warren Buffett, if you look on the far left of your screen, it says the American Business Journal, Global Wealth Trade. What this says here is an American Business Journal which features only the top companies around the world. You can't pay to be in there. You have to come really, really exceptional to be in there. Before this issue where we were on the cover, Warren Buffett was featured on the cover of that same business journal, and we had a 16 spread inside of that same issue. Because of the reviews that Global Wealth Trade received from that issue, Global Wealth Trade, the following issue we will place on the cover saying our CEO is not just any ordinary, but a CEO with a touch of class. As if that wasn't enough, we've been featured on the cover of Women of Wealth with Oprah Winfrey, Viva International with Jennifer Lopez, and many, many others that if I have to continue speaking of, you will be here with me for the entire evening or afternoon. We have been featured in the media over and over again and on the red carpet. Ferry is the red carpet's favorite designer and always been featured on TV and the media. We've been featured in the Emmys multiple times over, in the Golden Globe Awards, of Fashion Police, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. We have over 300 celebrity clients not being paid to endorse Ferry or our other brands, but paying to wear us on the red carpets and everyday life as well. Ladies and gentlemen, today, what should you be looking for if you are looking to become independent? If you're looking for to be your own boss, if you're looking for to take charge of your future and to create a solid foundation for your retirement, and not just for that, but for your generations to come, your children and their children. You want to look at areas in the world that neither recession nor inflation can affect. It means that no matter what's happening in the world, these industries are not touched by it. So just imagine this fashion industry, which is worth at least $1.2 trillion, you now have access to. As if that wasn't enough, the annual global skincare industry revenue is at least $127 billion. And to add to that, online activity, online spending, online business, that industry is at least $1.2 trillion. There are some companies that are in at least one of these industries. There are some companies that are at least in two of these industries. But there's only one organization in the world right now that are in all three industries at the same time, giving you immediate and direct access to a $1.2 trillion fashion industry, plus a $127 billion skincare industry, plus a $1.7 trillion online spending industry. By merging these three thriving industries, Global Wealth Trade has not just given you an amazing opportunity, but has created the most profitable and worthwhile home-based business model in the world. Now, Global Wealth Trade world-class product brands, we have our Ferry Fashion House, and we have our Ferry Health and Beauty brands. So to go in this a little deeper for you, we recently launched as recent as the 27th of March 2017, so barely 1 month ago, we launched what the world had never seen in skincare. And ladies and gentlemen, the world knows skincare, and now the world for the first time is being introduced to Fairy Flawless prestige grade skincare collection. So we won't put flawless, very flawless, prestige skincare in the same bracket with the world skincare, because it's like putting oranges and apples in the same place, and that is really not fair. So to not dampen the others, we allow the others to be what they have been. And so now there's skincare and there's now very flawless, prestige grade skincare collection. And you can get a lot more detail about that by asking the person who introduced you to this call this afternoon. Then we have our very strong, resilient, top of the class fairy fashion house, which includes 3 brands. We have our Posh, which is our fun and exciting line, where there's a piece for everyone, everywhere, for every single occasion, starting as low as 9 Canadian dollars. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is for women, men, as well as children, even as low as babies. Then we have our very exciting and extensive fairy fashion house, everything you need for day-to-day use and for high-level fashion. So we have the timepieces, the handbags and wallets for both men and women, the dress shoes, the casual shoes for both men and women, the eye care. I mean, name it, we have it in our fairy fashion house. And when you want to separate the men from the boys, this is where you stand tall and talk about something the world had never seen in high-end gold and prestige collection. You see, when you talk about gold, fine gold jewelry, it goes as high as 18 karat gold. Anything higher than that can't take meticulous designs and can't hold stones because the gold would have been too soft. So what Global Wealth Trade did was to invest over $3 million over 3 years and created what the world had never done. So our CEO says that if the world already has it, we better it. And if it doesn't exist, we create it. So Fairy Mosh created something in the jewelry industry that had never been seen and up to today has not been able to be duplicated or replicated. We start where the world ends. The world ends at 18 karat. We start at 19 karat. So if you want 18 karat and below, go to the others. But if you dare to traverse beyond 18, there's only one place to go, ladies and gentlemen, is to visit our ultra luxury Fairy Mosh fashion house in Global Wealth Trade. So what with all of that is really to impress upon you that you're dealing with an organization, a company that doesn't give you what you can find everywhere else. It's ready to give you what has never been existing before and would take others quite a bit to get there, so you have the future in your hands now to take advantage of. Then what happens as a result? We have also world-class tools. So it's not left to you to reinvent the wheel. No, everything that you need to be successful from day one has already been created for you as well. For example, you have lookbooks or catalogs, information kits, business cards, gift certificates that the company takes the costs of, and much, much more. So everything that you need to be able to promote, to expand, to do everything in your business is already created for you by the company. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the 21st century, quickly moving to the 22nd century. Why would you want to go back and live in the 19th century or the 20th century or the 18th century? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So the 21st century business that makes sense. We will show you now the e-mall option, which is the 21st century model, versus the 19th and 18th century model, which is the traditional retail stores. Why e-malls over retail stores? Our e-mall, Global Wealth Trade e-mall model makes sense for anyone. For retail stores, if you had to open a retail store with all of the products that we offer, the high-end, the luxury, the fine-end, you would need at least $1 million plus location to have that kind of business today in the retail store end. As compared to the e-mall option that we're going to give you tonight, it means that you only have to look between 169 Canadian and the highest is 3,599 Canadian. I mean, you really can't compare 3,599 to $1 million. That's just one. The second comparison is traditional retail stores require large in-store inventory and staffing. Our e-malls, You simply don't. Traditional retail stores are dependent on local economies and are very slow and tedious to expanding. Global World Trade e-mall options immediately allows you to globally expand via the power of the internet. So our e-mall model makes complete sense for you and those persons who are really passionate and ready to take serious personal action into their future. This means that you have very low startup and maintenance cost. You get a business that is already turnkey, so you start to your business and be in profit within minutes of getting started. The company gives you your fully operational website that the company maintains and upgrades for you at their cost, not yours. You have an online store, which means all of your inventory is online, and you have a fully operational real-time back office that does all of your accounting, all of your customer updates, everything that you need in what you would have admin staff. You have all of that in your back office, and it's updated in real time for you. You have ongoing business training and support. For example, you are a guest on this call, somebody who is very concerned about your future and your financial situation decided to invite you here today. Are they the ones doing the presentation? No, I'm the one doing it on their behalf. So that means that support is there for you as well. There are many countries around the world that this business has allowed them to save not just hundreds, but even thousands of dollars in taxes. There's no large inventory necessary. You get to generate sales around the world, and you begin to generate income through retail and residual means, and that happens for you around the world as well. So immediately with our e-mall model, you have fast global expansion via the internet, just the same way as eBay, Amazon, and many more. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the opportunity that is presented to you in 3 industries combined together that nobody else can ever give to you. So the perfect business for anyone is one where you don't take care of the inventory, neither the orders or the guarantees and returns. You see, all of your inventory is in your warehouse in Canada. Everybody who orders Global World Trade's staff, the shipping department, the purchasing department, the accounting department takes care of the orders for you. Your customers, if for whatever reason they had to deal with any guarantees and returns, the company and the staff they have deal with that on your behalf. When persons purchase from your website, the company processes the payments for you and pays you your profits within at least 24 hours. The company ship the products to you when your people purchase from you? No. The company ships it directly to your customers at their doorstep. And even more than that, there are certain countries in the world that the company takes care of the VAT and customs duties as well. Who does that? Plus, do you know how much it is to design a web page and to maintain it? Well, guess what? That headache is taken care of by Global World Trade for you as well. So if all of that is being taken care of for you, what must you do then to be able to begin generating income? Do what was done to you. Somebody told you. So now don't be greedy and keep it to yourself. Now you share it with at least 2 persons per day, what your email is and the dazzling products that it brings. Now I'm going to tell you how you can get started. There are 3 options really you can choose from, and we call these email options. The first one that gives you the most value, the best value, is our diamond email package. That full package is $3,599. You want to write that down. Diamond email package, full diamond email package, 3,599 Canadian dollars. I want you to write that down and remember it, because I have an amazing treat for you towards the end of this presentation. As a diamond email operator, you get as high as 40% discount on all products. You get retail value instantly of $3,500 worth of shopping credits. What this means is you have immediate access to $3,500 retail value of whatever products you want from any of the brands, the skincare line, the fashion line, the high-end line, whatever you want. And only diamonds can have an earning potential of up to 1.56 million Canadian dollars annually. So when you launch as a diamond email, you receive the highest discounts, up to 400% more in earning potential, plus you receive the most products once you invest at the $35.99 amount. Now, some persons say, you know what, Vern, I understand and I see why diamond is important, but I can't wait for me to accumulate the 3599. So let me start at the second best, which is the gold, and I will quickly upgrade to diamond. So you start at gold for $18.99. As a gold, you enjoy 35% discount. You have immediate access to $1,700 retail value worth of products, and you can earn up to $390,000 annually in earnings. Some persons will say, well, you know, I can't wait till I can get to gold. I want to start right now and I have at least 700 Canadian dollars. Great. Then do Palladium at $6.99 and then you can upgrade to gold and then to diamond or straight to diamond within any time frame that you want. As a Palladium, you enjoy 30% discount. You receive $533 shopping credits and you have an income potential annually of $260,000 annually. Now this is amazing, even if it's our lowest. Now what makes your business very, very, very revolutionary and powerful is what we call our inventory account. We're the only company in the MLM industry with a revolutionary inventory account program, and it's not an auto ship. What that does, it gives you the power to buy and sell at your leisure whenever you want. It also allows you to accumulate like a layaway account to buy your dream products whenever you want. It allows you to amass and be ready to give gifts to your loved ones at gifting events. So it means with our inventory account, you are not bombarded with products that you don't want every month, and you don't need to look for storage, and plus we don't ship products to you every month. It stays in that account and you take whatever products you want at any time. So once you're a diamond, you maintain your business and your personal inventory account of $150 monthly. As gold or Palladium, $75 monthly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your money in your inventory account, sitting there waiting for you to use whenever you want on whatever products you want. What I love about this is I have one of my sisters that lives in Turks, so she has 5 beautiful children. So when special occasions come, like her anniversary or her birthday, instead of me just calling her and wishing her happy birthday, because I probably see her maybe once a year, I actually go into my inventory account, select something beautiful, and have it shipped directly to her, packaged as a gift, and something special written on the card, and she receives it as if I brought it to her myself. So I love that. So Global Wealth Trade's record-setting infinity plan allows you to earn income 5 ways and with instant retail profit. On top of that, lifelong residual income plus exciting incentives and promotions. So our commissions and bonuses include retail profits, which I will expound on, wholesale profits, which you will really love once I explain it, team commissions that allows you to retire within 3 to 5 years of doing this business consistently, global revenue sharing bonuses, which makes you like a shareholder of this company, and business development and travel bonuses, which allows you to enjoy traveling to your teams around the world and helping people to help people. So how does the retail profit work? It's pretty simple, really. It's simply buy and sell products at your exclusive members price and earn between 33% to 67% in profits. How does it work? Look at this beautiful fairy Emerald Isle ring. As the retail price for this ring, whether you're a Palladium, gold, or diamond, that ring is $471 on your website. I'm a diamond member, so my wholesale or members price is $283. If you're a gold, your members price would be slightly higher. If you're a Palladium, your members price would be slightly higher. So as a diamond, somebody goes onto my website and buys this ring, I instantly make $188 retail profit. Did I buy the ring myself? No. The company stores the ring. It's on my website. I share it with someone goes onto my website, pays $471 for it. The company takes their $283 for the ring, and the balance of $188 becomes mine. So it's my money to take and do whatever I want with it. So I can sell the ring via online sales, or I have my catalog that I leave at coffee shops, hairdressers, barbers, reception areas, and so on. So people go through my catalog and then they can go onto my website and purchase. Or I have home branding parties where I invite my girlfriends. I bring wine, a lot of wine, and even more wine. So you know, when we drink wine, get excited, and we start to shop like crazy. So I have home parties and make some good money in retail profits. The wholesale profit is the second way. So another way to get paid instantly is by sharing. So I call this one sharing bonus. So you share this information with someone and they come in at a Ceridium, you just made $150 wholesale or sharing profit. You shared it with someone and they came in at a gold, you made $250 in wholesale profit. And you shared it with someone, they came in as a diamond, you just made $350 in wholesale profit. And there's no limit really as to the number of persons you can share it with or the number of persons who can get started with Global Wall Street as a result of you. So an example here, this is you. And within your first week, you're really excited and you told everybody that you know about this. And now within your first week, a few persons came on. So team decided, you know what, Vern, I'm doing this at Ceridium right away because that's the money I have on my card now. You got paid $150. Sam says, hey, I can do gold now and I'll upgrade later to diamond. You just got $250. Bob says, I'll do Ceridium now and I will upgrade later. You get $150. And then Amy says, hey, even if I don't have the money, I'm loaning it. I'm going to use my credit card and I will pay it back. So you got $150. So imagine by just sharing information with people and showing persons how they can change their lives, you just earned $900 in wholesale profits. You remember how many times you shared information with people about products or services and you never got anything for it? Does the company even know you? No. But Global Wall Street pays you hefty by sharing with others. Now, as if sharing and getting paid was not enough, once you begin to help these people that you introduce, imagine you can get paid up to 10% of what they earn in residual income. And as if that wasn't enough, the people that they bring in, which is called your second generation, you probably would also be helping these people as well. So imagine you have a capacity to earn even on these persons up to 5% of bonuses. And these bonuses are called business development and travel bonus. So half of it is paid to you as cash and the other half is put away in a special account for you to travel and support your persons wherever they are in the world. Now, the company understands that there are some persons who are really generous, like Seema and Nolan and some other persons I see on this call. And they don't just stick to their teams. They spread their wings and they help people regardless, because the culture in Global Wall Street is we have one vision, one mission, one goal is to become a billion-dollar company and to change lives around the world. So by doing that, it means even if I am not in your team, now you can grow and become part of the shareholders in a kind of technical way, and you can begin to enjoy receiving big annual bonuses from all over the world, from the entire company. So here's how it works. Every month, whatever packages were sold from the Ceridium Gold and Diamond, whatever revenue the company generated for the month, 2% of that revenue is put into a pool. All of the monthly IA that is paid around the world, the 150 and 75, 1% of that monthly is taken and put into that same pool. And all the persons who upgraded from Ceridium and to go higher and gold to go higher, 1% of that revenue also is taken and put into that same pool. So we're in April. So let's assume March, the pool for March was $50,000. And let's say one share was worth $1,000. When you get to what is called regional ambassador, and you can ask the person who invited you, how do you get to regional ambassador? You qualify for one share per month. When you get to national ambassador, you qualify for 2 shares per month. And when you get to global ambassador, you qualify for 3 shares per month. So it means that every month, whatever the pool is and whatever the share is, this share or shares get accumulated into your global revenue sharing account. And at the end of the year, the company pays you that full lump sum on top of all of the monies that you had earned in other areas. So these are just two examples of persons who received their annual checks for global revenue sharing, amongst many others that were on stage receiving their checks. So why do you want to do this? There are many companies right now that are in MLM. There are many organizations that are in MLM, thousands. And many of them allow you to work and work and work and get paid, and you start back every month, or you get paid up to a certain amount. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever heard of MLM before, or you've been in any organization where you earn commissions, excuse me, commissions, or you get paid from a team or an organization, you want to pay attention to this. Imagine that you got started and you introduced only 10 persons to this business, and these 10 persons duplicated and each introduced 10 and so on, and over a 5-year period your business expanded to 4,000 people or however number of people. That means from the first person on your team down to the last person and continuing to count as time progresses, you receive residual income on every dollar that is generated in your team down to infinity. And that happens when all email launches. That means anytime a new email is launched in your team, whether it's you who launched the person or somebody else, you get paid residual income on that. All of the persons in your team, from the first person down to the last person and counting, whenever they maintain their inventory account monthly with the 75, 35, and 150 monthly, you also generate residual income from that. And every single time somebody pays to upgrade their email from a lower package to a higher, including when people sell products from their website, retail, that also allows you to get paid residual income. So from the one activity that you've done that has created so much activity in your team, you get paid for the rest of your life. And even beyond that, I can speak to this young guy in St. Lucia who used to be an insurance agent. He launched his email, and oh, was he aggressive and really passionate about this. He had a very small and young family. He had a very young baby, a young wife, and he started building. Very, very soon after he got started, he started earning residual income within weeks of getting started. And then sadly and unfortunate, he lost his life in a car accident in St. Lucia. Guess what happened after that? Do you think his business stopped even if he was dead? Do you think his business stopped earning because it was dead? No. That business continued to pay his wife and his daughter week after week after week because of the work that he had done when he started off his business. So this residual income is as real as you can imagine, as you build a massive complex and you're getting rent from it every month. Ladies and gentlemen, as if that wasn't enough, the company wants you to earn significant income so you can have the life that you want. And as if that wasn't enough, the company now wants to allow you to experience further comfort, further luxuries, not at your expense, at the company's expense. So imagine launching your email, getting to diamond within your first 30 days and beyond, and you can get your first car at Global World Trade's cost within your first 30 days, where the company would give you up to $500 per month for that car. You can get a lot more details on that. We have a special website just for the car bonuses and car programs that we have. We're a set of people in Global World Trade. We work really hard, and that comes from the top, which is our CEO. And we play even harder, and that too comes from the top, which is our CEO. So imagine working your business hard and getting paid really well. The company would have you go on a cruise for 5 days, all expenses paid. The company does that. Plus, you continue to work hard and help other people achieve what you have achieved. Imagine being in a 5-star or even 6-star resort for 7 whole days, with having your own butler, having access to all of the amenities and luxuries in the resort, and the company pays for that. The last one happened only about 2 weeks ago, and that was in Cancun in Mexico, where a group of persons went there and enjoy all of the amenities there. Plus, you get to enjoy luxury cars like BMWs and Land Rovers and Audis and so on. And if you're really into the exotic cars, then you can move up to exotic car program with the Maseratis and many, many others like the Lamborghinis. Ladies and gentlemen, we all want or have a desire, or most persons say, I really want to help people. I want to help my family. I want to change lives. I want to help children who are less fortunate. I want to help young people. I want to be able to do that. But the question is, can you afford it? Do you have enough to allow you to be comfortable and to help others become comfortable? I love the Chinese proverb that says, you help a man to fish rather than giving him a fish every day. So with Global Wealth Trade, the more people I share this opportunity with, the more I help inject income into their households, into their families, into their lives. And by doing that, Global Wealth Trade has empowered many of us to be committed together with the company in making a positive impact in the world that we live in. So together with the company, we have donated to many charities, causes, and disaster relief funds over the past 11 years, including Sick Kids, the Canadian Fund, the Match of Dimes for the Babies, Haiti, both in 2010 for the earthquake and the massive flood they had in 2016, Dominica in 2015 for the massive flood that they had the Nepal, the Philippines, and many, many others, apart from the list that you see on your screen here. So ladies and gentlemen, time in business is everything. Do you remember when Google came out? And when these youngsters approached a few people that they thought had money that could have helped them get started and really create something the world had never seen, these guys were laughed at because there was already Yahoo and so many others that are already existing. What is this Google thing? What are these guys out of their mind? Go back to school and get a good education. Today, you want to know how much Google is worth? Remember when Facebook got started? Today, you know how much Facebook is worth? Those persons who saw Google or were approached by Google and Facebook back then and laughed at these individuals and say, oh, this is a scam. Oh, I don't believe in this. Oh, this is not for me. Oh, this is just going to fall flat on its face. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what is called the modern day way of doing things. This is what you didn't have, the opportunity that you didn't have. Gucci got started in 1921. Chanel got started in 1890. Cartier got started in 1880. Louis Vuitton got started in 1855. Did you, your grandparents or great-grandparents got an opportunity to partner up with these individuals, these companies? No. So the chance that you have now that they didn't have with these companies, or you didn't have with Google or Facebook, is with Global Wealth Trade, which is already doing business in over 160 countries with a proven billion-dollar formula to success. So we're now in 2017. Where will you be in 2025 when GWT becomes a billion-dollar corporation? So our current mega promotions include, once you pay $35.99 for the diamond package, what you will get on top of what I said, the high discounts, profits, and earning potential, you also will receive a 7-day accommodation getaway valued at $2,000, and you can choose from over 3,000 resort styles, including Canada, the Caribbean, USA, Europe, and many others. So you, another adult, and 2 children under 11 can enjoy that getaway. So that full package is included for persons who pay the $35.99 as a diamond. So this is happening right now and is valid for the next 2 days. The person who invited you on this call, this is why we're doing this very special call today, just for you and on behalf of the person who invited you. These persons now have received exclusive privileges from the company for them to be able to launch only 2 persons at Diamond at an exclusive price of 750 Canadian dollars. So I'm going to repeat that. You can be the first 2 persons from the person who invited you to launch a Diamond between tonight and the next 2 days, and you can pay as low as 750 Canadian dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, our Solidium package is at $699. imagine a diamond, you can pay 750 Canadian dollars and get a diamond. This price is available to you, and you can be one of the 2 persons that your inviter can give you right now. So if I were you, I'd get on the phone, get back to the person immediately and ask them, how can I be one of your 2 persons? Please know that there's special terms and conditions that apply to this $750. And simply put, it means that what you will get is the high discounts, the high profits, and the earning potential immediately. The getaway will not be included because you didn't pay the $35.99, and the product in your inventory account startup will not be there, but you will be able to build your inventory account as time goes along. For $750 for you not to do this, it means that really you're not interested in doing the best option for yourself, for your family, and for your future. So I really want to thank you for putting up with me this evening or this afternoon, and the person who invited you, ask them for your $100 gift certificate, which would allow you to enjoy our free shopping rebate credits and to be part of our customer loyalty program. So you will learn a lot more about this from the person who invited you on the call this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, the ball now is in your court. My job and Sima's job is done. It's time for you to live again and be your own boss. Stop being told what time to wake up in the morning and what time to spend with your family. Stop being told what type of house to have or what type of car to have or when to go on vacation, how long to take your lunch hour, and all of these things. Secure your comfortable retirement and early retirement as well. For you who have already made the decision to launch your email today or within the next 2 days, congratulations and kudos to you for being one of the time changers. And I want to be the first to welcome you to our Global World Trade family. So before I hand back over to Sima, let me just give you an update on my story because she gave you most of my story. I have actually personally launched 51 persons into Global Wealth Trade, and my team currently stands at least 1,383 people in 39 countries around the world. The 3 main reasons, well, there are many, but 3 very strong ones for me that I decided to do this and continue to do it. One, the first reason was for myself. I wanted to create a sense of stability and freedom and control for myself, and to put that control, that freedom and choice in my hands, and decided that I'm not doing the traditional jobs anymore. I want to be able to choose to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with whom I want. The second reason for me is because of my 4 children. My eldest is 15. My youngest is 3. So I wanted to ensure that they were not caught into this rat race of trying to find a job when they were done with school. I wanted them to be the ones to create change for their generations and to be leaders of change for their generations. So my kids too are email operators in Global Wealth Trade, and my daughter happens to be the youngest ambassador in Global Wealth Trade, and she's qualified to attend the cruise next year. And the third reason for me, the first was for St. Lucia. I met people from all walks of life through this business, through sharing information. Highly educated people, middle-level educated people, no educated people, people with dreams, visions, and most of them, from the lowest educated to the highest educated, the common denominator that they had was they were poor in terms of income. I want for me to be able to inject at least an additional 2,000 Canadian dollars monthly into 100 homes into my country, and to spill that over to the rest of the world. And that for me is how, as an ordinary person, I will be able to directly impact the lives of children and families around the world. And the third reason for me is what keeps me going every single day, day after day, in doing this, no matter what it takes. So Sima, I really want to thank you for allowing me to be your presenter for your talk this evening. I look forward to being your presenter again this week, and I want to congratulate every single person that's on this call, and I hand back over to you, Sima, and looking forward to celebrating you as an ambassador very soon as well. So thank you, everyone, and have a good evening and good afternoon to you.
Wow, Venetia, thank you very much. Wow, what a tour it was. What a presentation. Absolutely awesome. And, I just love the energy as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our ambassador, Venetia Charles Jones, from St. Lucia. So, Venetia, we really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you again present one of our calls. So thank you so much for that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a speaker or I don't have anyone that's going to be sharing their story. So I would just like to call upon Nolan Play, who's our diplomat here in South Africa. Maybe he can say a few words. And then also I'd like to get our number one earner and our upline, Mr. Reza Masgala. I'm not sure if he is available because I know he is most of the time on the road. So if he is available, I'd also like to get him to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Seema. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Wow, what an awesome presentation. Venetia Charles Jones, you're always on fire. You light up the room. Thank you so much. It was so beneficial to me. You know, the more I listen to the presentation, the more I learn so much all the time. So thank you very much for that. It really is appreciated. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've heard about these promotions that are happening at the moment and you are sitting back and wondering, what can you do? I want to get involved. I want to take advantage of it immediately. If you are new to the call, get back to the person who invited you to this call. Take action immediately. This is something that's once in a lifetime. I mean, if you look at the flawless promotion, somebody who wants to come in as a diamond, you're going to be saving like $2,800. I mean, that's crazy. So get back to the person who invited you. Start taking action immediately. I know for us, it's going to be like really work. There's no time to even rest on this. We have limited time as the offer ends very soon. So I encourage every one of you, take advantage and not to sit and relax on this opportunity. Like Verna says, we want to see diamonds and ambassadors and diplomats all over the show. This is exactly what we want to do with it, right? So thank you very much just for those quick words, Sima. Thanks for your time and awesome hosting it. And I see we do have Chris Lee on the call as well, and I'm sure he wants to share something with us as well. Now this young gentleman, he's also full of energy, so I'm just going to unmute him and get him to say a few words as well. So Chris, just hold on a second. Hi Chris, I've unmuted you on my side. Can you maybe just unmute yourself and you're welcome to share with us? Oh. Okay, I think he had a connection problem. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Chris, we'll wait for Chris Lee to come back, but while we're waiting for him, let's call on our national ambassador, the #1 earner in global world trade, to say a few words. I know he's going to be jumping up and down as well with this promotion and the way it's been going on for the last few weeks as well. So yeah, I'd like to invite him to say a few words as well. Hi, Reza Mascalo.
Hi, Nolan. Hi, Seema. How are you guys doing?
Good evening. Good, thanks. And yourself?
I'm great, thank you. Well, that was an awesome presentation for you folks. You heard from our ambassador, Venetia Charles Jones, out of St. Lucia. You've seen the fire and the passion in the voice. This is what it takes for you to be successful. Be excited, be proud, and share this opportunity with absolutely everyone. Well, myself, my story is quite simple. I saw this opportunity in 2005. At the time, I worked for the local government here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And when I saw this opportunity, we didn't have any products yet. We had no stories. We had no one that made any money. We didn't have 1,800 plus products. I mean, unbelievable products. We had nothing. It was just an idea on paper, but idea sounded really good. And because it came from our CEO himself, and I know his track record and his heart, I said, I'm in. I didn't fully understand what I was supposed to do, but I said, you know what? I know I don't want to work till I'm 65 years old, only to go get a retirement job after, because my pension won't be enough to sustain my lifestyle. So I got on board right away. Unfortunately, I didn't do anything for about 3.5 years. But one thing I did do is position myself, launch my email, and make sure that my team grows with or without me. So I got on board. I basically saw the growth. I see the product development. I saw the expansion into so many countries, since it had grown to about 20 plus countries in my absence. So that's when in 2008, when I went to the convention, I saw people on stage making anywhere from $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month. There was a young lady there at the convention. Her first month, she had made $8,500. I seen the products. We have some gorgeous products. We have some accolades. And I said to myself, okay, enough is enough. I got to get to work. And I did just that. I started sharing these products, this opportunity with absolutely everybody. You know, whether it was on, we didn't have webinar systems at the time, but I did it on Skype. I did it in weekly local meetings. I did it in my kitchen table, my basement office. I did it in fast food joints, anywhere and everywhere. I shared these opportunities with everyone to the best of my ability and utilized three-way calls with people. My very first month, I hit $5,600. Sixth month, I hit $10,000. Mission over $12,000. Mission accomplished because my target was to hit $10,000 before I could quit my job. I hit $12,000. I quit my job, started doing this full time. My 10th month, $27,000. 27th month, I hit my first million. Now, you know, to say dream come true is an understatement because today, you know, my business is in about 100 and I don't know, lost count, 170, 75 countries that earn me income around the clock. Now, mind you, even though we had some products in 2008, we had nothing like we have today. Even though we had stories in 2008, we have nothing like we have today. So that's when, you know, that's where you need to really see what's happened with this company, the track record in the first 11 years. And, you know, today we got products that people want. We have products that with the new flawless release, that there is instant gratification, instant results. People try them once, they're hooked. And since the release of this product, the flawless, the cosmetic skincare, anti-aging products that we have, it's just been a frenzy going on globally. So if you are new on this call, or you are not so new on this call, but you haven't taken the full action you must take, or you're someone like Renisha and Nolan and Seema and myself that are taking action, well, you know what? It's the new ball game. It is something that is going to absolutely create and shatter every record ever set. So take action, get in touch with the person that got you on this call, and you know what? Make sure to understand what we have before us. Make sure to understand what this flawless is all about. How is it that, you know, there are people like Ambassador Abdulia in California that's expanded their business into different parts of Africa, Europe, Canada, all over the place. This is something that you definitely, if you get off this call and you can go with your daily routines and go to sleep tonight, that means you missed something huge. You need to come back and see it again. That simple. It is that massive. It's that spectacular. The people are changing lives, you know, daily. And you know what? It's just a matter of us doing what we're supposed to do and share this with people all over the world. And, you know, myself, I know my target this year is more than double what I have done last year. That's my target. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. And we are on track to do just that. So yes, you know, I have personally helped 114 people, 114, actually 115 because I'm putting one in the system right now. 115 people personally, and I have, I don't know, over 80,000 members in my organization in 170 plus countries that earn the income around the clock. It is that great, guys. It's that massive. It's that huge, and it's that awesome. And most importantly, it's a lot of fun. As you can hear, we are having a blast here doing what we do. So yes, you can contact anyone that got you on this call or any of the people that you see on this call. You can contact me directly, anybody. And you know what? Get your questions answered, and let's go. We're on our way to the billion. So that's it. Before I get off, Nolan, we want to hear your story, when you got started and why you got started. Maybe you want to share that quickly.
Hey Reza, I'm here. Okay, yep. So I started off in June 2015 in Global World Trade, and back then it was not called a Palladium, it was called a Silver. Now, what had happened was I looked at this opportunity, and I did not have cash at the time to join the business. So funny enough, lucky I had some funds in my credit card. I decided, you know what, let me start at a lower package, which was a silver. And I think it was about $750 back then, or something like that. And I got in. During this time, I was attending a training session called the Millionaire Mind Intensive Program. And you know, the program was so beneficial to me because it told me exactly how powerful I am and what I can actually do to myself. Now, also during this 2-day program that I was on, I had a chat with Reza Mascalo, and we basically spoke about what a difference we can make to Africa, well, mainly to South Africa and Africa, and how we can help people change their lives. So a lot of thoughts went into my mind. I thought about it. I woke up the next morning and I said to Sima, you know what? I'm going to become a diamond. And she looks at me and she says, how? I said, no, I am going to become a diamond because remember, I did not have any cash. I used my credit card to get into the business. So I had something that was very special and dear to me, although I may call it my other wife, but let's call it my second wife. It was my Grand Cherokee Jeep. So what I did, ladies and gentlemen, not many people out there would actually do. I took action. I took serious action. So you see, I pawned my Jeep in for 1/3 of the price. 1/3 of the price, so that I could have funds to upgrade to a diamond within the 2-day period. And I did. I upgraded to diamond. I was supposed to have got my car back after 3 months. That was the deal with the pawn shop guy. Unfortunately, I could not get it back within 3 months. But lo and behold, 5 months later, I was able to walk in there, get my car back, and have a free business as well. So this is 2 years or just over 18 months later. I'm loving global world trade. We're heading it up here in South Africa, and the mission and the goal in South Africa is to create as many entrepreneurs as possible and give as many persons as possible the opportunity to own their own businesses. I mean, if any one of you do follow the economics of this world, you would see many countries have their own problems with unemployment, etc., and it's very difficult to get into corporate worlds. So why not take the initiative as a leader and help others to become their own bosses so that they can get rid of this situation where you go into a 40-year syndrome. 40-year syndrome for a pension that's going to last you maybe 2 years, and then you're just going to wait for it. Well, after retirement, you're going to just basically wait towards the end of your life. That's not how life's supposed to be. So let's help as many people as possible to see the other side of the coin, to earn additional income so that they can help their families, they can create and leave legacies for their families at the same time as well. Yep, so that's in a nutshell is my story, how I got started. There is no stopping in South Africa. We've done a first pre-launch. We're going to have a second one very soon. So the idea is growth, 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 and all-out massive action. We call it AOMA, ladies and gentlemen, which means all-out massive action. And I encourage every one of you on the call as well. If you are new, like I said, get back to the person, launch your email immediately. Now, why it's important to launch immediately? Very simple. Me personally, I've got a team in Ghana and Zambia, but currently I'm earning from 13 different countries. Now, how is this possible? Very simple. I got in, I positioned myself into the business, and we have a power leg, which I'm earning off. So likewise, if you are new, you get in now, and whoever's your upline, they're going to be helping you to grow your business because it's all about teamwork. So thank you for that. And yes, thanks, Reza, for your amazing story as well. It's always great to listen to you.
Well, thank you very much, Nolan. Yeah, now you live in South Africa. How many countries you said your business has grown into?
13 countries.
13. And how many of them are you responsible for that you personally brought in?
Just 2.
2 of them. So 2 became 13.
Yep.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. That's awesome. So now we heard from South Africa. We heard from the Caribbean. So let's go all the way on the other side. Let's go to Middle East, a country that's very, very restrictive with their business, with their outside business, with their internet, with their absolutely everything. And we have this young man, Payman Rasulpur, who saw this opportunity, and against all odds, he decided he's going to get started and give it a go, and build his business and until we get our licensing for that country. So he launched this mall, and I'm going to call upon him because the system is so poor over there. I'm using a different method to be able to get to him. So, Payman, how you doing, my friend?
Hi, Mr. Reza. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being on the call. What time is it in Iran right now?
It's 11:45 p.m., sir, right now.
Awesome, awesome. Now, my question to you is, when did you get started?
I started my business about 3 years ago, sir. You know
When,
about that.
when did you become serious? When did you become serious with the business? You launched them all, and when did you become serious?
Brother John, sorry guys, maybe I use some Persian words and Mr. Masialu can
No
help me in
problem.
translation.
No problem, my friend. Go ahead.
رضا جان تقریبا از 3 ماه پیش بود که من خیلی جدی شدم دیگه.
So you got serious about 3 months ago. Now, how many people have you personally helped get started? Okay, so you launched 5 people personally. How big is your group?
صدات رفت یه لحظه متوجه نشدم.
How big is your team?
Nowadays I have, I believe in 34 countries, if I don't mistake.
34 countries.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. And out of 34 countries that you're in, how many of them did you personally help get started?
8 تاشون دیگه آقا. 8%.
Not how many people. How many countries? I know.
How many countries?
I think 2, right?
No, Reza. I have 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have 4 people in 4 different countries. You got people started, and you
Exactly.
34 countries.
Exactly.
Okay. And
no one of them is in my area.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, where do you see yourself in 2017?
I believe no. I must reach to at the least regional ambassador level.
Regional ambassador. Well, I know you have a big event set up in August in Iran. There's going to be thousands of people in the attendance. You guys have been working on it very hard, and I'll be there myself. I know what your targets are. I know where you're hitting with this. So congratulations, Payman John. You know, that's amazing. Your vision to stick to something and work at it, even though your hands are tied, even though you're so limited with everything around you, most importantly with the laws, until we get the licensing. That doesn't stop you building outside that country, and you're doing an awesome job. You're all over the place. Congratulations, my friend. And, you know, looking forward to welcoming you as a regional ambassador.
Thank you so much, sir. You know, Mr. Meskialu, I could not do anything without your coaching, mastering, and helping, sir. You know, because I'm so limited in this country, and every رضا جان ترجمه کن بهشون بگو که شما تو کل دنیا همه چی دارید و من کاملا محدود هستم ولی هیچی من رو نگه نمیداره و دارم کارم رو میکنم.
Very good. Well, what he's saying is basically just because he sees outside Iran and we have everything at our disposal and he doesn't, but the way he looks at it is that he has enough at his disposal, even though he doesn't have what we have, the freedom and the internet and the shipping and the company doing business, but he sees the vision and he doesn't limit himself because of the limitations. He looks at the possibilities, and that's how he's going forward with the possibilities he sees, and he's done it. Imagine, guys, when he can actually legally, you know, when we launch in Iran, imagine what's going to happen. I know there's upward of 1 million networkers in Iran. We're going to be there in August, so yes. Well done, Payman John. Congratulations.
You are very welcome, sir, and that's my honor to work with you, sir. Thank you.
So that is from Middle East, folks. Now, I would love to hear from one of our newest diplomats. Let's see. Mona. Mona, I have unmuted you. if you can unmute yourself and share a couple of words with us, that would be awesome. Mona Lated, are you able to unmute yourself? Hi, Mona. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, Mona. How are you?
Hi. So you can hear me now?
We can hear you loud and clear. So share with us, when did you get started, Mona?
Well, my story is kind of like a little bit very unusual, only because I let my job in the corporate world take precedence to my business. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We learn in life. It's better late than never. So I really started at the beginning of inception of Global Wealth Trade because I could see the importance of positioning myself. So I did position myself. I started working on my job, and I did some retail sales, which were really, good for me. Until the day I thought and I realized that the job is not going to be there for my retirement. You see, I was looking for a residual income that's going to sustain me for the rest of my life. I am at the retiring age, but I don't want to retire yet. So during all that time, because I positioned myself and I kept myself active, and so what happened is my team grew like you wouldn't believe. I can just now work my business and start enjoying life, really.
Okay, so you launched at the beginning. You didn't do much like some of us did. And when did you become serious?
The truth is, really, when I started working my business, it was only last November.
Last November. Okay, great. How many people have you personally helped launch?
So far, I have 8 launched.
8.
And
how big is the team?
In my organization,
yes,
there is something like 18,000 people.
And how many countries?
In 120 countries.
120 countries. Very nice, very nice. So the fact that you position yourself and you've been experiencing the company's growth, which is awesome. That's what this company is all about. That's why positioning is so crucial. I know recently that you got serious. You got yourself quickly to a diplomat, on your way to an ambassador. Now, what are your targets for 2017?
Well, the target is in 6 weeks. My target is to become ambassador, and by the end of the year, which is December, to become a regional ambassador. That's my goal.
That is awesome. No doubt you will do so. Thank you very much, Mona. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you.
For your leadership, Reza, I do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I do what I can. Really, this is what our culture is, and this is how we work, regardless of who's where. We help anyone and everyone. So for those of you that are on this call for the first time, you don't have to worry about who's going to work with you. We work as one, as a company as whole, regardless of location or whose team we're in. So thank you very much, Mona. Now, at this point, I would like to get it back to our lovely hostess, Seema Pillay. As you could hear, we have people from all 4 corners of the world and a lot of places in between. Just wanted to give you a couple of examples of what we are. And you know what, Seema? Congratulations, you guys. I remember this call when we got it started. You guys basically, we started with a handful of people. Consistency, persistency, and stubbornness kept at it, and now we got people from all over the place on these calls, and this has never missed a beat, this call. So congratulations, Seema. Congratulations, Nolan. Back to you, Seema.
Wow, thank you very much, Reza. And yes, that's the way to go. It's all about being consistent, eh? So yes, we just keep going at it and introducing this amazing opportunity to as many people as possible. So thank you very much, and thank you to all our speakers that we're on call. We really appreciate hearing from you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we, when you get into this business, you are not left alone. You've got amazing leaders that you can reach out to for their assistance and help, and we are there to get you started and teach you the business. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I end the call, as I mentioned, thank you to all our speakers and to our presenter, Venetia Charles Jones. Very much appreciated for that awesome presentation. And I urge you, all the LCs that are on the call, get your prospects onto the call next Thursday. It's going to be another exciting presentation. And to those that are new on the call as well, you're more than welcome to invite 2 people or more to the call as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, from me, it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next, till this Thursday. See you on our next presentation. So, to the billion.
To the billion.
To the billion, folks.